Once upon a time, there was a Buddhist monastery in the valley of Laoshan Mountain in China. There lived an old Buddhist monk named Sansai, who was the Gurudev of that ashram. About 150 Buddhist monks also lived in that ashram to gain knowledge of Buddhist philosophy and the ultimate truth of life. Gurudev Sansai's favorite disciple was Luiki, a 21-year-old youth. One morning, Gurudev was meditating alone at the foot of the mountain. While wandering in the path of meditation, he learned that his beloved disciple Luiki would live only 7 days, and on the 7th day in the evening, Luiki would die. Gurudev returned to the ashram and called Luiki. Luiki bowed to Gurudev and stood in front of him. Gurudev put his hand on Luiki's neck and said with great affection, "Luiki, don't you remember your home?" Luiki said, "Gurudev, I left my home and family and came here to know the absolute truth of life. I don't feel bad for home, only sometimes I just remember my mother. Actually, this morning when I was meditating, my mother's face was floating in front of my eyes." Gurudev said, "Luiki, today you go to your home, meet your mother, you have a holiday for the next 7 days. You will stay with your mother for the next 7 days, but definitely come back to the ashram on the 8th day." Luiki bowed to Gurudev and started preparing to go home. After some time, Luiki came in front of Gurudev and said, "Gurudev, I'm going to see my mother. Thank you, Gurudev." Gurudev didn't say anything, just looked at Luiki's face. Gurudev saw Luiki slowly passing the front door of the ashram and going straight to the road. He did not turn back. He slowly disappeared into the thick fog of the mountains. During these 7 days, the ashram was going on as normal as any other day. Meditation, prayer, preaching, eating, everything was normal. Only Gurudev would occasionally think of his beloved disciple Luiki. Gurudev knew for sure that Luiki would not return. On the evening of the 7th day, Gurudev sat alone in deep meditation. 7 days passed. In the afternoon of the 8th day, Gurudev was watering the flowers of the ashram. He was surprised as he looked towards the road of the ashram. Luiki was coming back from the distant mountain road, that smiling face, those bright eyes. Gurudev could not believe his eyes. Luiki bowed to Gurudev and stood smiling in front of him and said, "Gurudev, my mother was very happy to see me, so was I. She has conveyed her regards to you and thanked you." Gurudev said, "Dear Luiki, I am most happy to see you back. You have walked a long way, now rest in the ashram." Luiki bowed and left. Gurudev began to think, how is this possible? Luiki's death was certain on the 7th day because nothing wrong can be seen in the supreme path of meditation. Then surely Luiki's survival is the result of some good work in these 7 days. Gurudev called Luiki in the evening. Gurudev told him, "Tell me in detail what you did on the way home from this ashram and at home." Luiki said with a smile, "On the way home, I was watching the beautiful sky, trees, and birds. When after a long walk, I was feeling a little tired, I took a rest under a tree next to a fountain. I was sitting there watching the amazing beauty of the fountain and listening to the sound of the water. There were butterflies of various colors that impressed me. While washing my face in the spring water, I noticed a small dry branch floating. There were many nests of ants on that branch, and hundreds of ants also had eggs in their mouths. I was so kind that without a second thought, I jumped into the water, swam, and brought the branch to the bank. Very carefully, I put the branch in a secured place. I didn't know how long those ants had been floating in the water on this dry branch. They must be very hungry, I thought. I had taken 3 loaves of bread and sweet fruits from the ashram to eat on the road. I took those out of the bag and put them next to the ant nests. I saw the ants crowd on the bread and sweet fruits with great joy and start eating. Seeing this scene, I felt absolute peace. Then I started walking again on the road. Gurudev was listening to Luiki very attentively. This time Gurudev smiled gently and said, "Luiki, stop now. The rest is not necessary. I have got the answer to my question." Luiki could not understand what question was in Gurudev's mind. Everything is karma. Luiki did not understand Gurudev's words. Gurudev said, "Luiki, always serve all the living beings like this. Now the time has come, let's go to the prayer room." Friends, Mahatma Gautam Buddha has correctly explained to us what karma is and what karmafal, or the outcome of karma, is. Karma is a much discussed topic in Buddhist philosophy. We will get the result of what we do in this world. If we do good deeds with proper consideration, then we will get good karma phal or karmic results. And if we do bad deeds, then bad karmic results will wait for us. Mahatma Buddha's first principle of action says, whatever you want to achieve in life, you must first start. If you want to get respect from everyone, then you have to respect everyone first. If you want to get love from everyone, then you have to love everyone first. If you want to get longevity, then you have to save the lives of other living beings first. Friends, we have to get karmic results, so from today, before doing all the actions, ask yourself, will the action I am going to do cause any harm to others or not? If it causes harm to others, then be sure to be prepared for big problems to be faced in the future. We should establish a mental state that all our actions should benefit others.